I lived 12 years of my life as a human pinball, bouncing between urgent emails, last-minute deadlines, and other people's priorities, setting ambitious goals that became forgotten post-it notes within weeks, feeling perpetually behind despite working constantly. Every morning I'd wake up already stressed about the day ahead. Every evening I'd collapse wondering what I actually accomplished. My goals existed only in my head, vague, shifting, and disconnected from my daily chaos. I told myself I was too busy for planning, too important for reflection, too focused on action to waste time writing. But I was destroying my own potential, because without intentional daily alignment, you're not building a life. You're just surviving one. The brutal truth? You're probably living the same scattered existence right now, rushing between activities that feel important but lead nowhere, setting goals you abandon, making plans you ignore, living in constant reaction mode while your dreams collect dust. 30 minutes to 1 hour of daily structured journaling isn't just helpful, it's the difference between designing your life and letting it happen to you. My friend, let me tell you, most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. The bridge between daily chaos and yearly transformation is deliberate, systematic reflection. Most people think journaling is about recording what happened, but it's not. It's about designing what will happen. If you move through your days reacting to whatever pulls your attention, responding to urgent but unimportant demands, and hoping your scattered efforts will somehow align into progress, you're guaranteed to feel busy but unfulfilled. You're living your life at the mercy of external demands rather than internal direction. But if you dedicate 30 minutes to 1 hour daily to structured reflection, intentional planning, and goal alignment, you create something entirely different. Mental clarity that cuts through noise. Daily actions that compound toward meaningful outcomes. A sense of control over your time and direction. Because directed lives aren't accidental. They're journaled into existence. I'm going to show you my exact 4-part journaling framework in just a moment. But first, we need to understand why most people's approach to goal setting fails so spectacularly. Most of the time, people set goals once a year, then never revisit them. They plan their days in their heads while rushing between activities. They review their progress only when something goes wrong, and they wonder why their efforts feel disconnected from their intentions. The gap between intention and reality isn't closed by willpower. It's closed by daily recalibration through structured reflection. Think about how pilots navigate flights. They don't set their course once and then ignore it until they land. They constantly check their position, adjust for wind and weather, and recalibrate their route. Your life deserves the same level of intentional navigation, yet most people spend more time planning their weekend entertainment than they do planning their life direction. More time choosing what to watch on Netflix than designing their daily priorities. This is why journaling isn't just helpful. It's essential for anyone serious about living intentionally rather than accidentally. Without systematic daily planning, you're essentially gambling with your most precious resource, time. You're hoping that scattered efforts will somehow align into meaningful progress. You're trusting that your future self will figure out what your present self refuses to clarify. And the biggest mistake people make when setting goals, believing they can remember and execute their intentions without systematic support, thinking they'll naturally stay focused on what matters, assuming their priorities will remain clear without regular review, expecting their daily actions to align with their bigger vision through wishful thinking alone. But here's what most people miss. Your brain is designed to forget details and get pulled toward immediate demands. Without external systems to maintain focus, even your most important goals become background noise in the chaos of daily urgency. The truth is, relying on memory and motivation to execute your goals is like trying to build a house without blueprints. You might make some progress, but you'll waste enormous amounts of time and energy, and you'll never create anything close to your full potential. My friend, I've watched this pattern destroy countless well-intentioned efforts. People who set powerful goals but never create systems to maintain them. Ambitious professionals who have vision but no daily accountability. Creative individuals who know what they want to build but get lost in the minutiae of execution. In every case, the breakdown happens in the same place, the gap between intention and daily practice. A goal without a plan is just a wish. But even a plan without daily review and adjustment becomes obsolete within weeks. Life changes. Priorities shift. New obstacles emerge. Without regular recalibration through journaling, your original plan becomes irrelevant to your current reality. This is why 92% of people abandon their New Year's resolutions, not because they lack willpower, but because they lack systems for maintaining clarity and adjusting course when life inevitably changes. The modern world is specifically designed to fragment your attention. Social media algorithms pull you toward endless scrolling. Email notifications interrupt your deep work. Urgent requests masquerade as important priorities. Without intentional systems to maintain focus, you become a victim of these forces rather than someone who harnesses them for your own goals. This resonates deeply with my own experience, and I suspect it might with yours too. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to staying connected to your goals while managing the daily chaos? Do you find yourself constantly questioning whether you're working on the right things? Let me tell you, creating lasting progress requires a systematic approach that balances reflection, planning, and accountability. Here's the 4-part framework that transformed my relationship with my goals and time. Part 1, morning clarity session, 15 to 25 minutes. Begin each day with intentional design rather than reactive response. This session includes 3 components. First, gratitude and presence, 3 to 5 minutes. 3 things you're grateful for, and 1 way you'll be present today. This isn't just positive thinking, it's neural preparation for noticing opportunities and maintaining perspective during challenges. Second, priority alignment, 8 to 12 minutes. Review your bigger goals and identify the 1 to 3 actions today that will create meaningful progress. Not everything on your to-do list, but the specific tasks that compound toward your larger vision. Third, obstacle anticipation, 4 to 8 minutes. Identify potential challenges for the day and pre-decide how you'll handle them. This prevents reactive decision-making when pressure builds. The power of this morning framework is that it transforms you from someone who reacts to the day into someone who intentionally creates it. Part 2, midday recalibration, 5 to 10 minutes. Check your actual progress against your morning intentions. This isn't about judgment. It's about real-time course correction. Ask 3 questions. What's working? What's pulling me off track? What needs to change for the afternoon to align with my priorities? This brief pause prevents the all-too-common experience of reaching evening wondering where the day went and why you feel busy but unproductive. I'm going to show you exactly how to implement this framework into your weekly schedule in just a moment, but first, we need to understand the critical 3rd element that most people completely overlook when planning their goals. Part 3, evening review, 15 to 25 minutes. This is where most people want to skip, and it's exactly where the magic happens. Evening reflection serves 3 critical functions. First, progress acknowledgement, 5 to 8 minutes. Specifically note what you accomplished, no matter how small. This builds momentum and reinforces the connection between intention and action. Second, learning extraction, 5 to 8 minutes. What worked? What didn't? What would you do differently? This transforms every day into education rather than just experience. Third, next day preparation, 5 to 9 minutes. Review tomorrow's calendar and set initial intentions. This prevents tomorrow from starting reactively. The evening review creates closure for the day. Instead of carrying unfinished thoughts and anxiety into sleep, you've processed the day's experiences and prepared for tomorrow. Part 4, weekly deep dive, 20 to 35 minutes. Every Sunday, conduct a comprehensive review that most people never do, but high achievers consider non-negotiable. Review the week's progress against your monthly and quarterly goals. Identify patterns in what's working and what isn't. Adjust your approach based on real data rather than assumptions. This weekly session prevents the drift that turns months into wasted time and ensures your daily efforts compound toward meaningful progress rather than scattering in random directions. So what's it going to be? Will you continue rushing through days without direction, hoping your scattered efforts will somehow align into progress? Keep setting goals without systems to maintain them? stay trapped in the cycle of busy but unfulfilled, because if you don't create systematic clarity through journaling, nothing fundamental will change. Your days will continue feeling reactive rather than intentional. Your goals will remain wishes rather than inevitable outcomes. Your potential will stay potential rather than becoming reality. And 6 months from now, you'll either be the person who gained clarity and control through daily reflection, or the person who's still wondering why their efforts don't match their intentions. I faced this exact choice after years of feeling busy but directionless. The turning point came when I realized that my resistance to slowing down for reflection was actually keeping me stuck in a pattern of scattered, ineffective action. This realization didn't make journaling instantly enjoyable, but it made it non-negotiable. And what happened next changed everything. My days became intentional rather than reactive. My progress became visible rather than hoped for. My goals became systems rather than wishes. This transformation is available to you right now, not when you have more time, not when life becomes less demanding. Today, if you're thinking, this sounds powerful, but how do I actually start without it becoming another burden? Here's the exact progression that separates successful practitioners from those who quit after a week. Let me tell you, the difference isn't motivation, it's strategy. Most people try to implement the full framework immediately and fail when enthusiasm fades. The successful approach is counterintuitive. Start so small, it feels trivial. Week 1, 15 minutes of morning clarity only. 3 things you're grateful for, your top priority for the day, and 1 potential obstacle. That's it. Your brain will resist this routine. On resistant days, write, I don't feel like doing this today, but my top priority is, and continue. The act of writing, even reluctantly, maintains the habit chain. Week 2, add 10 minutes of evening reflection. 3 questions. What went well today? What would I do differently? What's tomorrow's main priority? This creates closure for today and clarity for tomorrow. Most people's sleep improves immediately because their brain stops carrying unprocessed anxiety into rest. Week 3, include 5-minute midday recalibration. Check your actual progress against morning intentions. Ask, am I still on track with what mattered this morning? This prevents the common trap of wasting entire afternoons on low-priority tasks simply because you started them. Week 4, add 20 to 30-minute weekly reviews every Sunday. Review progress against monthly goals, identify patterns in energy and productivity, notice which tasks you consistently underestimate. This transforms daily experiences into systematic learning rather than just random events. Common failures and solutions. People quit when they miss a day, thinking they've broken their streak. Treat missed days as data points, not failures. Others abandon the practice because they don't see immediate results. Journaling's benefits compound. Week 1 creates awareness. Month 3 creates behavioral changes. Month 6 creates fundamental life shifts. The time investment objection reveals a misunderstanding. Journaling doesn't consume time, it creates time. The 30 to 60 minutes spent journaling typically returns 2 to 3 hours of focused productivity because you stop spinning your wheels on unclear priorities. Here's what most people don't realize about systematic journaling. The benefits compound exponentially over time. Month 1, you gain basic clarity about your daily priorities and start feeling more intentional. Month 3, you begin recognizing patterns in your behavior and can make strategic adjustments. Month 6, your goal achievement accelerates because you're consistently aligned with your priorities. Month 12, you've become a fundamentally different person, someone who designs their life rather than just experiencing it. The most powerful transformation isn't immediate productivity improvement. It's the shift from being reactive to being intentional, from hoping things work out to systematically creating the outcomes you want. This practice creates what I call life momentum, the feeling that your daily actions are building towards something meaningful rather than just keeping you busy. But this momentum only comes from consistency. Journaling once a week won't create it. Journaling when you feel like it won't create it. Only systematic daily practice builds the clarity and alignment that transforms scattered effort into directed progress. Beyond the practical benefits, systematic journaling creates a more profound transformation. It develops your relationship with yourself. Most people go through life barely knowing themselves. They react to situations without understanding their patterns. They set goals without considering their true motivations. Journaling forces honest self-confrontation. You can't maintain illusions about your habits. when you're tracking them daily. You can't pretend your excuses are valid when you're writing them down repeatedly. This self-awareness is initially uncomfortable, but ultimately liberating. When you understand yourself clearly, you can make decisions that align with your authentic nature rather than fighting against it. If you found this approach valuable, the next video takes these principles even deeper into practical implementation. Your choice, your life. Start now.